to start our class regarding oscillation. So I'm not wasting the time. So those who do not start your study, please start, because 2-3 days you cannot cover your physics, not only physics, any subject. So at least, okay. So last class we have learned about the forces on a spring, and we also found out the equation of angular frequency in terms of Hooke's law. So today we are going to see the kinetic energy, the energy of the spring. So next heading, energy of the simple harmonic motion. Energy of simple harmonic motion. Energy in simple harmonic motion. Okay, so this is from, we are going to start from the, we are taking the equations. Directly we are taking the equations from the mechanics. So what is the kinetic energy, Nandana? What do you mean by kinetic energy?
Energy possessed by an object when it's in motion.
Yes, energy which possessed by a body by virtue of its motion. So similarly, if the spring is started oscillating, it is having a motion, so it is possessing an energy. So when the spring, before stretching, what is the energy it has? Potential energy. So after stretching, the potential energy will be converted into kinetic energy. So that's the same concept we are taking. So you can write down the kinetic energy of a moving particle, kinetic energy of a moving particle, K is equal to half mv square, equation 1. Kinetic energy of a moving particle, K is equal to half mv square, equation 1. Achyut, can you tell me the velocity of the simple harmonic equation? We have velocity in simple harmonic motion. What we have learned day before yesterday.
Ma'am, dx of t by dt.
That's equal to what? I have
Negative
given you.
a omega
Sin
omega t plus.
Yes, omega t plus phi. Okay. Omega is angular frequency, omega t, phi is the phase, and a is the amplitude. So what we are going to do means we substitute this equation, that is we put equation 2 in equation 1. Substitute equation 2 in equation 1. That is, instead of we are putting this one. Therefore, our equation of kinetic energy become half into m into minus a omega sin omega t plus phi all square. All square. That's equal to half m a square omega square sin square omega t plus phi. Half m a square omega square sin square omega t plus phi. That is equation 3.
Ma'am,
Yes.
for velocity, we had not written negative. Only
Negative,
for acceleration, it was there.
Negative when you take the square. When you take the square, negative.
No, ma'am, in the initial equation of velocity.
It was, my negative was there. Because cos theta is equal to minus sin theta. You must have skipped it, okay? The differentiation of cos theta minus sin theta. So gradually you will get minus a omega. Yesterday we have written, no? That you write. Okay. Next, what was the equation of angular frequency? Omega. We got an equation, no? That was the last topic we covered. Can you tell that? We have
Ma'am,
omega.
I did not
Omega.
complete, ma'am.
You didn't complete. Okay. So in the book, this step is not given. After this, directly it goes to here. So when you write lecture note, this in between steps, it is better you write for understanding. Exam, you can only write 1, 2 and equation 3. Once you understand, it is easy for us to derive it. Okay? Achyut completed?
Yes,
Can
ma'am.
okay. So next, we have learned in the last class, last topic, equation of omega. So you can write, we have omega is equal to, what is that equation? Using Hooke's law, we got it. Gauri, what was that equation, Gauri?
Omega is equal to square root of K by M.
Yes. Omega is equal to square root of K by M. Okay. Therefore, what is omega square? K by M. Now, this is equation 4. Substitute equation 4 in equation 3. So, from here, what you will get? K is equal to M omega square. So, by substituting equation 4 in equation 3, we get kinetic energy is equal to, instead of half m omega square, you can write kinetic energy capital A, spring constant, force constant is small letter k. Instead of m omega square, you can write half k A square sine square omega t plus phi. So this is the kinetic energy equation in symbol, energy equation in symbol harmonic motion. This is kinetic energy. Yes.
Ma'am, K equal to M omega square is the fourth equation, right?
K is equal to m omega square.
Okay.
So this is both are comprises of 1, because from this only we are getting. That's why I put only one equation number. So now kinetic energy. So we already know by conservation of energy, total energy will be sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Now we have to find out the potential energy. So that is, there is no derivation such as we are taking it potential energy from the equation. That is force is equal to minus kx. Okay, that one. So write down. Next, did you complete?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So next, similarly, we have potential energy of a moving particle. Potential energy of a moving particle U is equal to half kx square. That is equation 5, no? Yes. Now bracket, how are you getting this potential energy half kx square? We have spring on the forces minus kx. That is what we have learned in the first chapter, mechanical properties of a solid. So F is equal to minus kx. So work done is equal to minus kx into x. Force into displacement. So the spring has been, which was in the potential, which was in the motion, it has been converted back to potential energy. Or before oscillating, the potential energy converting back to kinetic energy. So in that, a work is done on the spring. So that is why force into displacement. Minus kx into x, and minus indicate the direction, opposing direction. Why the spring is trying to move forward, stretched forward, there is a restoring force pulling it back. So that is why it is written minus. Therefore, when you write potential energy, energy is the capacity to do work. So we are combining that concept with this. So that is how you are getting equation is equal to half kx square, and you will be wondering how we are getting half. So this is actually spring is compressing and spring is stretching. So because of that, one way of motion you have taken. Total motion is kx square. That is going, stretching is and coming back kx square. We are taking it only at one way. So that is half kx square. So at least either on compression time or either on stretching time. So that is why instead of writing kx square, we are taking half kx square. So that is from here you are getting equation potential energy is equal to half kx square. Okay. Now we can write down total energy. Total energy will be sum of kinetic energy and potential energy. Therefore, total energy in simple harmonic motion k plus u, that is equal to half k. You can substitute that equation by substituting equation. Oh, this is 4. Let us give that kinetic energy equation 6, because already potential energy are given 5. So combining k plus u, you can write k a square sine square omega t plus 5 plus half kx square. Half kx square. So total energy in simple harmonic motion, this is, you write it as equation 7. Half k square sine square omega t plus 5 plus half kx square. Next, Dia, what do you mean by that equation of simple harmonic motion for displacement? So what we are going to do means, now this is also in terms of sine theta. So here also we can change into either cos or either sine. So we already know what is displacement equation we have learned last class. So same equation you have to give me. What is that? Displacement x is x is equal to
A cos omega t plus
yes,
phi.
correct. A cos omega t plus phi. That is equation 8. By substituting equation 8 in equation 7. So it is x square. Therefore, here also you will get a square. So you will get total energy is equal to half k a square sine square omega t plus phi plus half k a square cos square omega t plus phi. Now half k a square is common. You can take it out. Therefore, total energy is equal to half k a square in bracket only sine squared omega t plus phi cos square omega t plus phi. Now here we are getting a trigonometric equation identity. Cos squared theta plus sine squared theta. What is that?
1.
Yes, correct. So this term is going to be 1. Therefore, finally you are getting very simple equation for total energy in simple harmonic motion. That is half k square. So we may not use sine theta, cos theta every time. Suppose this, you don't know k, you don't know the amplitude. If you want to find the total energy, we can substitute omega t, phi, sine, all that. Otherwise, simple total energy half k square. So if you understand, study all these are very simple. It's a pure maths actually. We are connecting, we are proving physics theory with the pure mathematics. So from this, you know, there is no time. There is no time factor. There is no other factor. Only force constant and amplitude. So total energy is time independent. Whenever the spring or simple pendulum or any particle start oscillating, it possesses total energy and it obeys conservation law of energy. So you must have seen that from every chapter, from volume 1 onwards, each and every chapter, I am repeatedly saying the word conservation law of energy. So that means you understood, no, +1, volume 1, volume 2 are interconnected and it is a pure application of conservation of energy. It's a universal law and it is applicable in our daily life in every aspect. Okay, so write down. From here we can conclude that total mechanical energy of a harmonic oscillator. Those who exhibit simple harmonic motion is harmonic oscillator. Harmonic oscillator is independent of time. And the force exerted on the spring. is a conservative force. Do you remember the word conservative and non-conservative? Is a conservative force. It's a conservative force. And you also have to learn the representation of the graphical representation of this. That is in your page number textbook, page number 346. Page number 346, figure 14.16. How can we represent the total energy of the simple harmonic oscillator? So that you don't have to draw now, you can just learn from the textbook. So it is like that. Two ways we are depicting. Two ways we can depict that. You know that when kinetic energy reduces, potential energy increases. When potential energy reduces, kinetic energy increases. So that is conservation of energy. So this first graph what I am drawing is kinetic energy. Kinetic energy at a particular time. We don't know because we don't know how it is. Whatever time it is. Then this is shows from the beginning decreasing, increasing kinetic energy. At the same time corresponding there will be potential energy. So you will be getting like this. So this one stands for potential energy at any time. Okay. So one graph shows decreasing, another graph shows increasing. So loss in potential energy equal to gain in kinetic energy. This is one way of representing. And this is for entire motion. If you want to take a simple pulse, for a simple pulse, this is for many waves, correct? For simple pulse, yes.
In the first diagram,
Mm.
actually which is kinetic energy?
Top one, the top line which is coming like this, no?
Okay.
That is kinetic energy. And the line which is starting from down, that is potential energy. So I have written that. Okay. That's why I have written here potential energy at a time t, kinetic energy at time t. So this is kinetic energy point. I'll give you different colors, those who want to identify, and this is starting the potential energy. Now for single pulse, how can we represent? I will use different colors so it is easy for you to identify. First one single pulse. This is kinetic energy. Negative amplitude, positive amplitude. This is kinetic energy. Another just opposite, equally just opposite. Okay, this is minus A plus A, potential energy. This is potential energy. So this is for single pulse, one crust only and one trough only. One trough and one crust. That means kinetic energy increase, corresponding remaining part reduce. That's it. So this I did not indicated this portion in the syllabus. So you have to study this. So this is a 5-mark question I have written there. So you have to learn this also. Have you completed? I will send by day after today by tomorrow about your volume 1. Volume 1, excluding the deleted portion, what are the things you have to study? Just like how I sent for volume 2. Summary of the portions, syllabus, that I will be sending to you volume 1. Okay. So you will not get a confusion. But volume 1, please study well, because that is very important for our plus 2 also. And these 2 chapters, the last 2 chapters, oscillations, especially oscillations. Waves are only sound wave, we don't use. But this oscillation chapter, important for our plus 2. This expressions, what is omega, what is phi. So our study started from electricity onwards, plus 2. So in that we are using this type of graph and plus letters, omega, phi. So that is what oscillation chapter, whatever I told you, don't skip, you study for your plus 2. Waves is not much. Waves are not there, much important. But this chapter important. Okay. So now we are moving on to what is the time period? Time period of the spring. What is the time period? Sharon, what is time period? And then remember, yesterday, how many times we learned amplitude, wavelength, frequency, time period. Definition of the time period. No? Who can tell me the definition of the time period?
Time in seconds to complete one complete cycle.
Okay, correct. Okay, one complete oscillation, 1 second. Okay, Sharon, I got your answer. It is a time taken by complete cycle of the wave. Okay, the same thing. Similarly, the spring, we are dealing spring simple harmonic motion in a spring. So in simple harmonic motion also, one complete extension and compression. One complete extension and compression is one oscillation for the spring. So what is the time period? So you can write down time period in simple harmonic motion. Time period in simple harmonic motion in terms of a spring. Because why I'm writing there, the last topic what we are going to study from this chapter is simple pendulum. So simple pendulum also you have to find out the time period. So that is why I'm writing in terms of a spring, time period. Both are same, but only some terms are different. That's why. So you already know from the same equation, we have angular frequency. We have angular frequency. So for 1 mark only, omega is equal to same equation, square root of k by m. And we have omega also 2 pi by t. It is the 2 pi radian divided by the time period. Okay. So from this only you are going to get the time period. Therefore, time period is equal to omega 2 pi. And we are substituting here, and this is a simple expression to find out the time period. So time period of simple harmonic motion in terms of spring is equal to time period t is equal to 2 pi square root of 1 minute. sorry, omega comes down, no? 1 minute, don't write. Omega comes down. So it's supposed to be, 1 minute, 2 pi by omega. Therefore, we take the reciprocal, only one difference, mass will come up. Mass will come up and K go down. Only that is the only difference. So T is equal to 2 pi by omega. I forgot because it is cross multiplication. 2 pi by omega, that's therefore 2 pi into square root of m by k. Only that reciprocal if you take it. Here it will come square root of k by m. Take the reciprocal, you will get that. Okay. So you complete it. Then we will cover the last topic in the next classes. Simple pendulum. I think 2 periods we may require. So today we will finish this chapter. Okay. Shall I wind up? Okay. Thank you.